we're not adding a ton. Part A and part B, and yesterday's example is still what you're going to do. You're going to draw the tree diagram, and then you're going to get a question like you did in your do now. What is the probability that they are admitted? What is the probability that they are winning? Those types of questions is going to be question B. But there's one more question that we're going to ask. So this is stat 7.3.2, dependent probability. Oh, sorry, dependent compound probability. We don't. We don't. We don't take notes every day.
No, we don't.
We don't, though.
We only do it when these are here.
Yeah.
Right.
It feels that way. So first off, let's do an example of a different scenario that is very common. And this is called, this is false positive, false negatives. These are testing. So 70%, so there was a gathering, and 70% of people were recently, oh, that's the word. I started the wording wrong at the beginning. 70% of people were likely to have contracted, is that the word? Contracted, what if you get it, right? Contracted COVID at a recent concert. All people were tested. Okay? "95% of those with COVID test positive while 80% of those without COVID test negative." So this one's a little bit trickier in terms of where the numbers are, but basically here, this is where this type of problem occurs most often in the real world. Whenever you have a test, any type of disease, so COVID, cancer, Alzheimer's, these are all things that in the real world that you might have, right? Pregnancy is another one. And I'm not going to do this as the example, but for example, let's say a certain thing happened and you think you might be pregnant. You go and take a pregnancy test. Just because the test says positive, does that mean you are pregnant? No, because sometimes it's wrong. It's called a false positive. And just because the test doesn't say it says you're not pregnant, does that mean you're not pregnant? No. Sometimes it's wrong. And that's the same thing here. We call that a false positive and false negative when it's saying the wrong thing. So this test is 95% accurate when you have COVID, and it's 80% accurate when you don't have COVID. Okay? So we could calculate how likely or what is the chance that the test is correct, but that's not the question I'm going to ask you right here. So, tree diagram. Question A, let's do the tree diagram. So what is the first branch going to be? What letter are we going to use? What is the first thing that I've given? It's not the 95, it's not the positive. It's having COVID, C. Because either they have COVID or they don't have COVID to start with, right?
COVID or not COVID.
So we're going to use what letter test, and the test can come out. I'm going to use POS in here because it's positive for P, or it can be negative, right? Not P. So positive and negative. So what number is going to go on the top branch to begin with? 0.70 or 0.7 for COVID. Of those that test positive, of those with COVID, what percent test positive? No. 0.95. So it says, of those with COVID, they're testing positive 95% of the time. They don't catch everybody. When you went through this whole thing, just because you took a COVID test and you tested positive, it wasn't for sure. When we were going through the whole pandemic, if we tested negative, we still had to wait. If we were exposed, we took a test, we still had to wait because there's such a thing as a false negative when it was at its peak. Then it says there's 80% of the time those without COVID test negative. So they've just given me this number down here, 0.8. Okay? Just like you did on your do now, we can fill in all the rest of the numbers, right? So the first branch must add up to 1, so the bottom number must be? 0.3. 1 minus 0.7. These two numbers, as Ms. Page said, they always need to add up to 1 when they come from a branch from a single place. They must add up to 1.
5 and the bottom one is 2.
Now, what is this top one? Because Sam's correct in a way, but she's making a small mistake. What is this number? 0.05. Got to be careful because a lot of times I get a lot of students that write 0.5, but that would be 50%. If we added the two numbers, we can look at it and go, ooh, that adds up to too much. And this bottom one is? This bottom one is? 0.2. There we go. So we have COVID and positive. COVID testing negative. Ew.
Is that a 9?
Where?
The first box?
7. We have no COVID but testing positive, and we had no COVID and testing negative. Now, as my students that are taking statistics, later on in this course, we're going to be talking about these false mistakes. We're going to call them later on in this course type 1 and type 2 errors. So it is something that's going to come back later on. The false positive, right? It came out negative even though you are positive for COVID. You do have COVID, but the test said negative. That's called a false negative. And then the false positive right here. We'll talk about things like, especially like the pregnancy. Which one is worse? Which one is worse on here?
A false negative.
A false negative is probably going to be worse, right? Because it's saying that you're clear. And you actually do, and you expose other people, right? So that's why doctors are usually probably on the other one. So question A. What is the probability
Of you testing positive for COVID.
what is the probability that the test shows positive? So what is the probability that the test shows positive? Now again, well, we gotta fill these in. 0.7 times 0.9 gives me. Anybody already do them? Let's fill in all the boxes. 0.7 times 0.95. 0.6. 665? Yeah, that sounds right. 0.035. Yes?
0.15, I think. What is it? 0.6?
0.0.
0.006.
0.06.
0.024.
0.24. Almost those zeros. Sometimes you're adding those zeros and they're not, so we always use them. All right. So this first question right here, what is it? Test shows positive. All right. Which ones are we looking at? So as you saw, we're just going to add those numbers together. 0.665. 0.665 plus 0.06 gives me what, Sam?
0.671.
671. So that's question B. Now here's the last question we're adding and we're done. And then we can work on the homework on your after this. What is the probability that someone has COVID if they tested positive? What is the probability somebody has COVID if they tested positive? So what do we know?
665.
This is the probability that they have COVID given what?
They tested positive.
Given that they tested positive.
665 point.
So, almost, Sam. Yeah, I think you are correct on the numbers we're going to use. So, first off, what do we know? They tested what? And this is going to be the same for all the problems in your homework. They tested,
Positive.
and we calculated that in the previous question. Where is this number going to go from this new question, since I know this is true? It goes somewhere in the answer.
Oh, the denominator.
It becomes the denominator because I know it is true. So we know they tested positive. So this number that we've just found about positive is going to be my new denominator.
And the new number is going to be 0.665 now.
But why is it 0.665 and not 0.06, Sam?
Because it's 0.665. Please.
But why?
Because you want the whole up.
So my question to Sam here is, we have two numbers that we use to get this, right? So why 0.665 and not this other number that was right here?
Because they're full positive and they don't have COVID, but they tested positive.
So the 0.665 came from the COVID one, right? So this said COVID and positive. So this one right here is going to be my numerator because it has both the COVID and positive inside of it. So 0.665 is on top, and then I pull out my calculator. We're almost done. We're getting like 1 minute. 0.665 divided by 0.671 gives me 0.991. 0.99, but I'm going to go with 0.991. And so this is what was happening in the early stages of when we were going through that pandemic. The test wasn't 95% accurate. I think in the beginning the test was like 60% accurate. It was even worse. It only was testing people, it was only catching COVID like 60% of the time. So just because the test came out positive didn't mean you actually had it. You had to do further tests. This is the same thing that happens with pregnancy tests and what happens with, and sorry for using that as an example if it's thing for anybody, but what happens is that it tests a hormone. If that hormone level rises and it triggers a positive test, but then that doesn't mean you're automatically pregnant. You go for further. You go to the doctor for further testing because you probably are pregnant. So then you go. And then that's also why you can take multiple tests because then you multiply the probabilities. The probabilities keep going expanding. But this new question here is going to be part C for your new things. And with that, let's get you your homework. That's what I got.